Welcome back, pilots. Today we're starting to look at the vast detailed lore surrounding Star Wars, and I want to bring your attention to a particular character today. His name is Darth Momin, although he also went by just Momin. And as you've probably figured out by now, Momin was a Sith Lord who lived in the unspecified time before the Phantom Menace. Contrary to most Sith Lords, he didn't seek to enslave the Force to his will, and instead he sought to serve the dark side, practically worshipping it. In his youth, Momin was a sculptor, but not your usual sculptors of clay or even ice. He embraced a more gory line of artwork. He dismembered his family's pet and used its flesh and bone into a sculpture. He embraced the horror his mother felt when she discovered his project, and then aspired to recreate that sensation in others. He wanted people to feel something when they gazed upon his work. Not deterred at all by his mother's disgust, he continued further down this path. Momin reached a level of repulsive art so horrific that when he put it on display, he was arrested and locked away. His work halted in captivity, but his infamy grew off-world and throughout the galaxy. Eventually a Sith Lord named Darth Shah, Lady of the Sith, came to free him. She anointed him her apprentice, gifting him twin lightsabers, with which he used to create the famous mask he would wear throughout his Sith apprenticeship. Momin, now Darth Momin, not allowing his art to be compromised, disfigured his own face just so he could wear his mask. As he grew under Darth Shah's tutoring, he discovered truths about his being, about his dark nature. Things that he never understood about himself before became apparent under the teachings of the Sith Lord. Though he never grew to tolerate his role as an apprentice, in his mind he believed he was second to no one. The two Darths disagreed on this, of course, and they fought, and Darth Shah was slain by Momin, and he left the system of master and apprentice behind him, as the idea of calling himself a master of the dark side offended him deeply. Instead, he rededicated himself to creating the perfect works of art to satisfy the dark side of the Force itself. The solo Sith Lord accumulated servants and the resources of his former master to construct a weapon engine under the guidance of the dark side itself, specifically to destroy a city and to then use the Force right at the point of detonation to freeze the victims in terror. This was his idea of the perfect work of art. The Jedi of course intervened, and the light side they brought with him unbalanced Momin at the critical moment, causing his engine to become unstable and detonate prematurely, vaporizing him in the process. The only thing that survived the blast was his mask. The Sith saw Momin's work as heretical, and so they didn't record it. The Jedi secured his mask in the Temple Vault on Coruscant, which came into Vader's possession after the duel against the former Jedi librarian Jocasta Nu. Vader brought the mask to Mustafar, gifted to him by Sidious, who believed it would assist him in his studies. The spirit in the mask possessed several individuals before convincing Vader to let him construct his design for a fortress. Vader, believing it would allow him to open a door to the dark side of the Force, where his love Padme Amidala would be waiting for him, agreed to this. There were several attempts to construct the fortress. One failed attempt even cost Momin a host, thanks to Vader's rage. Once the fortress was constructed, Momin betrayed Vader by using the open door to the dark side to resurrect himself. He then attacked Vader and dealt him several crippling blows. Believing himself the victor, he gloated as Vader asked him if he deceived him over the use of the portal. Momin confirmed he was telling the truth all along, and that was enough for Vader. Vader then killed Momin by crushing him to death with a massive stone. Even as he was slowly crushed against the wall by Vader's power, Momin didn't quite believe the dark side would allow him to die this way. Vader knew otherwise. Momin's body was destroyed for a second time, and again his mask survived, and so did the dark essence housed within it. And so ends the story of Darth Momin, the architect of Vader's fortress on Mustafar. What did you think of Momin? Do you expect we will ever see more of him, considering his mask survived yet again? I think he was too unstable to ever really be a successful Sith Lord. He was talented, but he lacked that little bit of control. I think he lacked subtlety, and perhaps that little bit of cunning that the more successful Sith Lords had. But now we know how Vader's castle from Rogue One was constructed, and who built it. I hope you enjoyed this video about this character, and if you like this content, please remember to like, share and subscribe. This is Blue Squadron HQ, and until next time.